Look at this shit going.
Come. Let's do a tech check. Come in a little bit, y'all. You hanging too far.
That's good.
Let's see. All right. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. All right, come. All praise the most high. All right, everything good? All right, let's get to it. Hey, first and foremost, gonna say call halal Yahweh by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushua. That means all praises goes to the Most High, right? And his only begotten Son, whom the world calls Christ. We know him as Yahweh Shah, okay? So first and foremost, hey, let's get a mighty Kwam Yasharala, man.
Come here, Sherala.
Hey, all praise to the Most High, right? It's just an exhortation to put in your spirit to rise for the Most High, no matter where you are, right? No matter where you're at, scattered in the world, right? Hey, seek the Most High with your whole heart. We're gonna continue, right, edifying and bringing scriptures on Spirit Check Saturdays, man. So we want to check our spirit continually as we're gauging where our heart and our mind, right, is towards the Most High continually as this world comes to a close, man. Right? The world is coming to a close. If you didn't know, then hey, now you know. All right. So each one of us, we have a duty towards the Most High to keep our hearts pure and keep our minds clean, right, from all sorts of concupiscence and wickedness. And there's no short in wickedness on the earth. So we're going to talk about something that we've seen lately, right? We always talk about what we see lately, all right? So this particular lesson we're going into is not all skin folk, it's kinfolk, man. Now you've heard this, maybe before. You've seen people say this before, but we're gonna talk about, man, hey, not all your people are really your people and how that plays into prophecy. All right. So let's jump right into this thing through the spirit. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24, right? And let's start at verse 9 because what we've seen on the earth and also what we saw last night was a clear division of even though I know you're my people, even though I know you come from the same place I come from, if you don't love my oppressors, I hate your stinking guts, man. If you don't love the so-called white man or the Asian man, right, I hate you. I don't care that we both are quote unquote black men or black women. I hate you, man. You hate my friend Becky. Well, I hate you. And this is a clear thing that's gonna come on the earth even more than you all are seeing it, right? Because of what, brothers? Prophecy, right? This thing has to take place. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and start at verse 9. Baba Kashab. Bring this out.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
To be what?
To be afflicted.
To be what, brothers?
To be afflicted.
Read.
And shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations.
And you shall be killed and hated of all nations. Read.
For my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another.
Say that again.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another.
Then shall many be offended. And we saw that in the plethora of last night. It was it almost reached the heavens, man. How many people were offended that we stood outside with Bibles? How dare you? How dare you talk about my God and that he doesn't love all people? So in their offense, what does the scripture say they're going to do when they're offended?
And shall betray one another.
They're going to betray you. We're going to dig into this thing called betrayal. Who all has been betrayed one time or another in their life? We're going to talk about that on a mass scale today, man. Betrayal, where you feel right a certain way, maybe, and whatever that feeling is on you, it causes you to completely turn against a person you love or should endure or someone that you should stand by no matter what. You betray that person. This is something that is going to break up a lot of friendships. It's going to break up a lot of homes. It's going to break up a lot of groups. It's going to break up a lot of camps because the Most High is about this. Let's go to Luke chapter 12. Let's go to Luke chapter 12 and let's start at verse number 51. The Most High is about this, man. Right? There's going to be a lot of head scratching, like we were saying last night, trying to figure out what they call it, shaking MH, shaking my head, right? Or what's the other one? SM what DH, right?
Yeah.
For those who just are just confounded by the actions of those who stand next to you, of those who you've given your all to, that you give your left or right hand for, man. You give your all for some people, and they're secretly thinking about cutting you down just upon envy, where you stand. You may have something they want. All of these things we're gonna dig into are the means of not all skinfolk are truly your kinfolk. Read this. Let's start at verse 51.
Book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 51.
Uh-huh.
Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
Say it again.
Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
Uh-huh.
I tell you, nay, but rather division.
But rather who?
But rather division.
And this is why these prophecies must take place. Right? Keep reading.
For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided.
How in one house divided. Read.
3 against 2.
Say it again.
3 against 2.
Read.
And 2 against 3.
This is what you have to look forward to if you are a true servant of the Most High. A lot of people see that and they just read it until it hits your own household, man. Until it hits your job. Until it hits your best friend circle. We all were BFFs. I don't even hear that term anymore, BFFs. Like it died away. There are no BFFs anymore. Best friend, friend, right? Now they call themselves what, Kyle? Twin? You doing twin? Hey, you're not even friends. You just two birds of a feather that flock together until the time is right. And you're gonna betray that person. Hey, you're gonna say something they don't like, man. And then all hell's gonna break loose. Read.
The father shall be divided against the son.
Wow.
The son
Read.
against the father.
Uh-huh.
The mother against the daughter.
Uh-huh.
The daughter against the mother.
The mother against the daughter, and what?
The daughter against the mother.
The daughter against the mother. Keep reading.
The mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law.
Now, if you see that happening, you swear them folks wasn't even family. But they are. You're gonna see people of your fold not acting like they're of your fold. Does that mean stop keeping the commandments because you're having a grievance with a person that you consider that's your loved one? Does that mean you fall away because this isn't working out? Does that mean you stop doing what's necessary because there's beef among? Hey, there's animosity on your chest, man. So either you trust in the Most High or you trust in your devices. What do we mean by devices? Devices are rolling the dice or going out to drink, having relations, to make it better. Just gonna leave it right there. All of your devices fall flat if the Most High sends an evil spirit to cause these prophecies to come to play. Hey, you got to keep serving the Most High no matter what. And we're gonna go into how to do that even in adversity, even when you're going through something that may seem definite, right? The Most High can show you that there's an indefinite a way that he can make out of any way, right? He could hey, he could flip that thing just like that based off of your faith. But that doesn't mean you're not gonna go through said trouble or said turmoil. He never said you wouldn't get through it, but he did say the division would happen. He didn't say it was gonna be divisive the whole, like, you know what I'm saying? But there is a certain division that's gonna happen where people are gonna offer you up to be in prison. They're gonna call the National Guard on you. It may be your neighbors. Hey, I see them coming out the house on fringes. They was doing that with the Latino Hispanic community. Hey, they speak Spanish over here. They was calling ICE literally because the people were speaking Spanish. So offering them up and betraying them is gonna go to new heights, right? Let's go to Genesis chapter 37 and let's get this example of all skin folk really ain't kinfolk, man. And even that, all kinfolk ain't kinfolk, right? All kinfolk is not kinfolk. Genesis chapter 37, start from the top.
Book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. And these are the generations of Jacob.
In the land of Canaan. So we're dwelling in the land of people who look like us, but they're what? They're not like us. This is skinfolk who are not kinfolk. Y'all understand that? Read.
These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock of his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah.
So Joseph was only 17 at this time. And he was doing the things that his father implemented for him to do, which was what? Tend to the flock. So did his brethren. Read.
And with his sons of Zilpah, his father's wives, and Joseph brought unto his father their evil report.
His father's wives. So this brother, of course, this man, right? You know Jacob, he had multiple wives. Read.
Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children.
Say it again.
Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children,
Now Israel, Jacob, he loved Joseph. Why did he love Joseph more than all of his children? Read.
because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors.
So, how many of you all have seen movies where there's a sibling war? Mom, you love him more than me. Or dad, you always gave, you know what I'm saying? Like the sibling war. A parent is a parent. But now they call it, you got to go to therapy for that because you grew up in a house and this person didn't quite get, what you got. Or your brothers was, chosen to be. See, I grew up in that type of household, right? My brother was the studious guy. I was not the studious guy. Just leave it at that. He was valedictorian of his whole high school. I was not the valedictorian of anything, right? You have people who praise A's and he going to Australia and man, I'm over here, I'm back in and out the streets. So you have this thing that happens. This almost preferential treatment is what they call it, right? And I'm not scarred from it, but I know people who do get scarred from it, where that preferential treatment, it'll cause you to look at your folks different. It'll cause you to hate your own brother and your sister. You think you better than me, and that it carries on into adulthood, and now all hell is breaking loose at the family reunion. We seen it all the time. What was the movie that we came up watching that showed that type of trauma? It was Big Mama's House, I think. Was it Big Mama's House? Well, all the family they couldn't get along. I don't know. Maybe Tyler Perry did it. But again, you've seen these instances where there's preferential treatment, right? Where there's this disdain of kinfolk against kinfolk, where you all should actually be moving in a family way or a family structure. Keep reading. Watch this.
And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren,
Uh-huh.
they hated him.
Say it again.
They hated him.
Say it again.
They hated him.
Uh-huh.
And could not speak peaceably unto him.
There you go. And there's biblical accounts of what you see today in our communities over preferential treatment, over your kinfolk not showing themselves to be kinfolk just because something your parent is doing. So how much more do you see that in the truth? Man, he let that brother bring it out all the time, right? Hey man, he always let that brother, man, go on flyer missions. I can't never leave the line. It's wickedness because you don't understand that the Lord is choosing. Hey, the Lord chose Jacob over Esau. Did not Esau go through the same thing? Did not Esau have the same heart? Man, I hate you, Jacob. Your father, hey, bro, you missed out because you wanted to eat some damn pottage, bro. Man, you mad at me? You choked, bro. You was saying you was about to die of hunger. We fasting over here, but this is that evil eye, right? This is that evil eye. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4, Baba Kashab. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 4. Right? Let's get this classic account. Start at verse 3.
Book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 3. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect to Abel and to his offering.
What did it say, brothers?
And the Lord had respect to Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect.
But unto Cain and his offerings, he had no respect, man. Right? And this is something of a parent choosing. Here you go again. This son I'm cool with, or this daughter I'm cool with. Hey, knucklehead, you what you doing? And that causes one to eye the other. Read.
And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted.
Say it again.
If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted.
If thou doest well, shouldn't you not fare in a good spot with me and with your fam and with the most, you know what I'm saying? If you do well, should that not benefit you? Read.
If thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee,
Hold on. Say that again and say it slow, Baba Kashak.
if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
And that's what I want to harp on. If you don't choose to do well, sin is at your door. It's always at your door, waiting to come in. Just like a filthy, nasty, damn Esau vampire movie. They don't come in unless you open the door to them. The vampire just stands outside and tries to entice you. Hey, man, can we watch a movie together? And you just let them in. Sin is always at the door. Read. Huh?
You're talking about the movie Sinners.
Well, not only sinners. Sinners got that from the classic like vampire movies that I came up watching. Like you could like what's that movie? The stupid movie. I mean, it was okay. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? Vampires classically, right? Classically, wicked doctrine, wicked Esau doctrine. They can't come in unless you invite them in. That's like one of the vampire rules, right? Y'all remember that? Who seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Damn Sheetamite. Y'all, hey, this okay. Showing my age. So this is the thing, huh? I'm talking about the movie, not a show. They made a show out of that. Okay, so I'm not dealing with all that. I'm just saying, right? I'm not gonna deal with that right now. I'm just saying there's a doctrine of inviting things in that you should not invite in. That was kind of like what up the spiritual thing you can take away from that. You shouldn't be opening your door to any old body. You damn sure shouldn't be telling everybody to just come on in. You got your children over here, you got your grandparents over there, and you just letting in this person that has all these demons on them, and now you're afflicted with those same spirits, and you don't know how to get them off of you now because you wasn't rooted yet in this word, but you're just so damn friendly with every nation and every doctrine, just like that Jake who wanted to fight last night. He had every nation, right, and every doctrine on his heart, but he couldn't figure out love thy neighbor. I understand and know the Bible, brother. I know the Bible. I just don't believe it. I do believe it. I don't believe it. He kept just flip flopping. He reading.
Verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother.
And Cain talk with. So here you go. Skin folk versus kinfolk. Or is my kinfolk my kinfolk? I don't know at this point, right? Because I don't think kinfolk would do this. Read.
And it came to pass, when they were in the field, the Cain rose up against Abel his brethren and slew him.
And there you go. Now he talking to his brother. He said they talked first. So there was some beguiling going on. Hey, we chopping it up, and then in your back pocket, you wait for me to turn around and tie my shoe. Hey, brother, your shoe untied. I look down and you, bam. Hey, brothers do that. They call it, I snuck them. They'll sneak you anytime nowadays, man. What they call your day ones, man. But this was your kinfolk. This was your skinfolk. See, now we're gonna talk about it because we're likening ourselves unto our enemies now, and even those who look like us, just because they got fringes on. But do they mean you well? Right? We were just gonna talk about it. Let's go to because and this is the thing, right? We'll deal with skinfolk real quick. Give me and I got it saved right here. We'll deal with the skinfolk. Let's get an example of skinfolk, not kinfolk. Give me Ham. Give me Ham. Baba Shaw. Yeah. 213 at the bottom. See here.
At the bottom.
Yeah, give me 213. Go to 213. Let's go to the Zondervan. If y'all have your Zondavans, give me Ham. You see it? Come on, bring it up.
Definition of Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
So technically kinfolk, right? But if y'all know the Most High, what did he do in times past with these lineages? He made what out of them? He made nations out of them. Right, Kaya? Come, go ahead.
And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor of the dark races.
The progenitor of people who you would consider your skinfolk. Read,
Not the Negroes,
but not your kinfolk. Did y'all understand what he just read? In the back? Y'all understand what he just read? So who is Ham? Who is Ham? Son of who? Say it again. Son of Noah. But who are the other sons of Noah? Do y'all know? You got Ham. Who else? Shem. Who else? Last one. Japheth. All right. So where do the Israelites come out of? Which son of the Israelites come out of? Yeah, this for the back. Yeah, y'all on the spot. Yeah, this for the back. We taking it back to old school. We're gonna make this interactive. So y'all got Noah, right? The father. And y'all named his children. Who is his children again? Shem and who else? Ham and who else? Japheth.
Shit.
Where do we come from? Which son we come out of? Who we come from? I know Jacob, yes, but which son of Noah do we come from? We're dealing with the babes for those who are online. We're dealing with the babes right now. Y'all gonna have to bear with us. Who do we come from? Which son? You only got three choices, multiple choice. Say it again. You said Sham. I was about to say, come on now, where we at? Multiple choice. Oh, I hate to say this, but it's like what they be doing in class. This is your already. Get ready. I don't even. I'm glad I missed already era, right? Because I don't even. We're not gonna dig into that. So what I'm gonna say is, right, for the babes, they got it right. You have people that we have on earth that consider Ham our kinfolk, but they're not our kinfolk. That was a conversation we was having with that sister last night, where she couldn't understand how what Esau was the brother of Jacob and how we were two different people. So she crashed out about it. She crashed out about it. Her and her Karen friend, they crashed out about it, right? So we dealing with the skin folk, not kinfolk, right? Let's go to Exodus chapter 5, right? Let's go to Exodus chapter 5 and let's start from the top. Baba shop, the water for that. Let me know when you got it. When you get down too, you can hit them just for me, Baba shop. Bring it out.
Book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 1. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, God of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness.
Thus says the Lord God of Israel, kinfolk, let my people go, so they may keep my ordinances, so they may do service towards me. Read.
And Pharaoh said, Who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go.
And that's what your quote unquote best friends of other nations think about you. They don't know the most high like y'all should supposed to know the most high. And why would they do what he say anyway? They not you. They have no obligation like you. So when you caping and cooning for your friend and he's a damn heathen or she's a damn heathen, they don't care about your salvation. They care about you being a bird of a feather to them and bagging them up through hell and hot water. They want you to fight the most high for them. So when you refuse your heritage for your BFF who don't give a damn about your salvation, they just care about the earthly things, it makes you the fool, Israel. Now you've thrown away your own salvation for a few days on earth because now you've cut your life down for disobedience sake, man. You've cut years off. Y'all heard about that, right? Your old school people knew about it when I was coming up. You done cut years off your life, but they were saying that because you was either being disobedient to your parents, you were sinning. They knew. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of knowledge was held with the elders, and it still is in certain cases, in certain instances. But if you was listening, you would have paid attention to them. They wasn't lying about years getting cut off your life because you running crazy in the house and you disrespecting your mom. They not lying. Yeah, you getting years taken off for the things that you thought the Most High was not considering. Right? Let's keep reading.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And they said, The God of Hebrews have met with us. Let us go and pray thee 3 days' journey into the desert and sacrifice unto the Lord our God, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword.
And so the God of the Israelites, the God of who? Would you say, Kyle said it again? The God of who?
Soccer, done. Ooh, where?
The Hebrews.
Ah, there you go. The God of the Hebrews.
The God of the Hebrews, man. Right? Not the God of Canaan, not the God of Esau, Lord forbid, right? But the God of your forefathers and your foremothers, man. All right. Let's jump down to verse 6, Baba Shah.
Verse 6. And Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying,
So now Pharaoh has put in place taskmasters, right, over the people. Are y'all seeing this? It says he commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, what, read?
Ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick, as heretofore. Let them go and gather straw for themselves.
So we gonna make their work harder for them. Since they want to go serve the most high, I got something for you. Don't even give them the supplies they need to do the job that I'm asking them to do. They gonna have to figure it out. Read this.
And the tale of the bricks, oh yeah, and the tale of the bricks,
That's right.
which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them, ye shall not diminish aught thereof, and for they be idle,
What do they say about us nowadays?
for they be idle.
Hey, I want you to make them do double the work, triple the work because they lazy. Some lazy bastards, man. Want to serve your God. You gotta serve me. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. That's the same heathen talk you hear today from our oppressors. They don't care that you struggling or on welfare or on government assistance. They don't care about that. They don't care that you got a family to feed. They don't care. They think you're just lazy pieces of crap on earth, man. That they could just inflict more tasks upon you for their benefit. This was for the hierarchy, your skin folks' benefit. They're not your kinfolk, Reed.
Uh, for they be idle, therefore they cry, saying, let us go and sacrifice to our God. Let their more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words.
He didn't want y'all to regard serving the Most High. He called serving the Most High vain words. Y'all heard that? The audacity, man. To wait a minute. To repent and pray is vanity to our oppressors. Damn right it is. They don't care about your salvation. You gonna come to me talking about let you go? That's vain to me. That's vain to Trump that you all want to survive. So what are they gonna do in Memphis? They're gonna send who? The national who? National Guard. They're using that as muscle. They're trying to use military, and then we've been saying it. The military gonna be rolling up to your doorstep soon. We've been saying it for years. Now we're finally getting somewhere in prophecy. And let's see how Jake responds. Because Esau not worried. Esau not worried about the National Guard because they know code word who neighborhoods they finna occupy. It's code word. It's always code words, man. Right? Let's jump down to verse 13, Baba Kashab. Let's get through this. Read.
Verse 13, and the taskmasters hasted them, saying,
So the taskmasters get to work. Let's get it going. Hasted them. Get up. Read.
saying, fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw.
Do the same thing and get up as even as if you had the materials. You still got to make this happen. Read.
And the officers of the children of Israel, which Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them.
So the Lord had Pharaoh send out his people, and he gathered up officers to be over Israelites, but the officers were Israelites who were being controlled by the oppressing taskmasters, right? What did the taskmasters do to the officers, right, of our people that were sent over the people? Read it again.
And the officers of the children of Israel, which Pharaoh's taskmaster had set over them, were beaten.
What did they do?
Were beaten.
So they beat these officers. Read.
And demanded, wherefore have ye not fulfilled your task in making brick both yesterday and today as heretofore?
So they started from the top down. Y'all see why we have a problem with coons? Because you forgotten that they don't give a damn about you. You forgotten that they rather put you back into the days of old, make America great again. But we're supposed to be their best friends. We're supposed to be side and side with Esau. Read.
Then The officers of the children of Israel came and cried to Pharaoh, saying, Wherefore dealest thou thus with thy servants? There is no straw given unto thy servants. And they say to us, Make brick. And behold, thy servants are beaten. But the fault is in thy own people.
The fault is in who?
But the fault is in thy own people.
But the fault is in thy own people, not the Israelites. You see, that's the same conversation that's going on today. It's not us, it's y'all laws. It's not us, it's y'all, it's how y'all doing. You can't get pulled over by the police today because it's not us, it's the fault is in y'all and how y'all policing. It's not that I was driving. They even got terms for that. Walking while what? Black. Eating ice cream while what? Black. Taking a jog while what? Black. All of these coin terminologies is where our people have been destroyed by doing day-to-day things. It's mean talk now. The fault isn't in the Israelites, quote unquote. It's in these oppressors that y'all are likening yourselves into and chasing after. Let's go to Genesis. Matter of fact, nah, let's go to Exodus. Let's stay right here. Let's go back. Let's go to 2. Let's go to Exodus 2, right? I want to get this account because when you do have somebody stand up for you, right, against that type of oppression, the issue not in our people, it's in your people. You see that happening, but let's go back. Let's go back and let's see what happened before that even took place. What your people was doing for you and how you treated your own people, right? Who fight for you? Who pleaded for you? Who put their neck out for you? Before you even had to deal with these taskmasters, and you had somebody sticking their neck out for you. And you still do to this day, but you rather bite the hand that what? That feeds you, right? Let's go to Exodus chapter 2 and let's start at verse 11, Bob Shah. Read this.
And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren, unto his brethren, unto his brethren,
His kinfolk, read.
and looked on their burdens.
And he looked on their burdens. Y'all got it down bad right now. Dang. But did Moses abandon his brethren? Let's read.
And he spied an Egyptian, smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren.
So he saw one of those people whooping up on one of his people. What did Moses do? Read.
And he looked this way and that way.
He looked this way, and he looked that way. Make sure the coast is clear. Read.
And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian.
He did what?
He slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand.
And hid him in the sand, man. He hid him in the sand. Keep reading.
And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, Wherefore smitest thou thy fellow?
Wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? Why did you kill thy fellow? These my brothers coming up to me the next day talking about why did I kill my buddy? Why did I kill this particular? Isn't a fellow somebody that give me the definition of fellow, man? Somebody give me the definition. Pull up the definition of fellow, right? Let's look this up, right? Just and then let me get it in a blue letter, right? Let's look this up. There's Exodus 2, and I want 13. Give me fellow. And if somebody got it, put it in the chat too, right? Let's get the definition of fellow.
Okay,
You gotta say something. Somebody bring it out when you got it.
I got you. You
Bring it
want the
out.
blue letter or you want the
Definition first.
all right, the definition got one definition, a man or boy. Second definition, a person in the same position, involved in the same activity or otherwise associated with another. So that's what they got for the definition.
So somebody in the same position.
Right.
So they was looking at Moses as being in that position, understanding that Moses came from Pharaoh's house, but he knew his lineage. All right. He knew his lineage. But also, let's look at what Fellow says in the blue letter. Bring that out.
Fellow in a blue that says a friend,
A friend,
companion,
a companion,
fellow,
fellow,
another person.
or another person.
And then another definition is friend or intimate.
Friend or intimate. What's the next one?
Fellow citizen
Fellow citizen
or another person.
or another person. Now, if you see somebody do that, that doesn't you don't do that to your companion or your friend. You made a who out of him? You made an enemy out of this person.
Right.
I took his life and threw his ass and hid his ass in the sand. What you talking about? It's not my fellow. First off, it's not a fellow. That's not a friend. First off, right? So you had some coons approach Moses, and then what happened? Read that again.
Wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us?
See that? And these same brothers, I guarantee you, was complaining, getting their backs whooped in by these taskmasters. A few chapters later, read.
Intendest thou to kill me as thou killest the Egyptian?
So you knew that he wasn't us, because you just called him an Egyptian. You knew he wasn't kinfolk. Why you call him my fellow, bro? What you mean? He was whooping up our brother. Didn't the commandment say don't stand against the blood of what?
Thy neighbor.
Our neighbor? Meaning don't stand by idle and watch destruction befall your quote unquote daughters, sisters, brothers, or your neighbor. Read.
And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh. And
Slock it. I just want to pause right there. We're gonna keep moving. So he said this thing is known because of what? His two who? His two brethren. And it was so known that Pharaoh found out about it and he had to flee. What y'all call that? What we call that nowadays?
Fleeing.
No. How did Pharaoh find out? What we call that?
Snitching.
There we go. All right, straight up and down. Snitching, right? It says Moses had to dip because y'all snitched about this dude who didn't care about y'all. So what's the that was a beautiful thumbnail. That was a Uncle Ruckus moment.
Stockholm syndrome.
That was a Stockholm syndrome moment. That was a some you got betrayed. That I told you we was going to dig into betrayal. That was a betrayal moment, right? Now, right? Let's jump to Genesis 37. Let's go back. Let's go back to Genesis 37. Let's get this account. All right. We were talking about Joseph, right? Genesis 37, and let's start at verse 5. Bring this out.
book of Genesis chapter 37, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And Joseph dreamed a dream,
And Joseph then dreamed a dream. Read.
and he told it his brethren.
Because his brothers had already hated him because his father was showing him love. Now Joseph dreams a dream, right? And then he told his brothers because he still loved his brothers. Joseph ain't on that. He don't hate his brothers, right? The Lord chose Joseph. Read.
And they hated him yet the more.
And right after he told them the dream, they hated him even more. Just envious kinfolk. All hey, everybody who you think is for you, not for you. You can tell them something, and your heart's desire is you just being honest, and you're looking for somebody to what do you say, confide in, and they flip it on you. They'll flip you over and throw you to the wolves with just that one thing you confided in them in. Read.
And he said unto them, here I pray you this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheep arose, and also stood upright, and behold, Your sheep stood round about and made obeisance to my sheep.
So basically, reverence or submissiveness to his sheep, like you were giving his sheep reverence, right? Meaning what? The
Oh,
prophecy was about what? Joseph being what? Raised up and everyone having to submit to his rulership in a sense, right? To his leadership. And they had to give obeisance, pay homage, do the ordinances according to what he saw fit. That was the dream he had. Read.
And his brethren said to him, shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more.
Say it again.
And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words.
They hated him yet the more for what the Lord gave him, man, for his dreams and for his words. So, for the purpose that the Most High puts in you, Hebrew Israelites who are waking up, guess who's going to hate you first? Your family,
people.
the people around you. You got to read these scriptures to not feel some type of way like you do. Understand that it's a walk. You got to go through some things when you come to serve the Lord, Con. You got to. If you're not willing to put down the world, you're going to die in the world, man. If you're willing to serve the Most High, you're going to serve the Most High with your whole heart. And that means through adversity. That means through division, through separations. The Lord will bring things back again. It's not a definite, right? Unless the Lord see fit for it to be definite. But you still have to be faithful and keep the commandments to the best of y'all ability, man. That's the only way out. All right. So let's jump to verse 13. Let's get through this account. Read verse 13.
Verse 13. And Israel said unto Joseph, do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, here am I.
Read.
And he said to him, go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Herbon, and he came to Shemek, Shechem.
So the Lord had the Most High put on Jacob, Israel's heart, Joseph's father, to send him to go deal with his brethren, right, out in Shechem, to go find his brethren, to go check on their well-being, right? This is something that Jacob, right, set in motion. So what did Joseph do? He said, here I am. I'll go out to Shechem. I'll go check on my brother's well-being, right? I keep reading.
And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flock. And the man said, they are departed hence. For I heard them say, let's go to Dothan.
So when Joseph got there, he ran into a guy and he asked the guy, "Hey, you seen my brothers?" They told him yes. I seen them, but they departed from here. They're in Dothan. Read.
And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dothan. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near to them, they conspired against him to slay him.
Y'all see that? So now Joseph is approaching his brothers, and as soon as they seen him, they still had that hate on their heart towards their sibling. All the while, Joseph in his heart talking to his father, I'm finna go check on my brothers, my brethren. But your same kinfolk, right? They're conspiring to murder you for the position the Most High got you in. Read.
And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we will say, some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
So that's just pure hate. That's just pure evil. That's just wickedness. And you see that in Israel now more than ever. We had a brother last night who had that same spirit. Y'all remember the last brother we talked to. He tried to snatch the mic out my hand, tried to take the brother Bible, tried to snatch the camera out his hand, tried to talk over brothers, and by the end of it, had to put him in his place. And what he say? I box. You want these hands? I'll take you, you, and you, and you. Brother, what shrooms you on? What pills you popping? that you think at yo in your youth on Bill Street or anywhere in the world, Jake, that these things are the answers. But no, when you got hate in your heart, you wanna slay your neighbor. You think of ways to slay them, man. Whether it be slander, whether it be rumors, whether it be actually pulling up, you think of ways to destroy your people all the time, making videos about them. That's what Jake and Eve do now. Y'all go to social media and you plaster them with your vitriol, man, with your poison from your mouth, just like a cobra, a serpent. And the Most High is remembering these things, man. Right? There's a deep rooted hate and an evil eye towards Israel. And let's get this account with the sisters. Let's go to the book of Susanna. All right. Let's go to the book of Susanna. All right. Let's get this account. It's a deep rooted hate, man, that goes into that evil eye prophecy that we see in the curses in Deuteronomy. There's a deep rooted hate, man. Right? Let's go to the book of Susanna. Let's start from the top, 1 and verse 1. 1 and verse 1. Let me know when you got it. Let me know when you got it. So, this account that we're going to go into, right, we're going to come to a perspective of a sister who's following the Most High. If you haven't read Susanna, well, that's your homework, right? Susanna has all of what? One what? Just one chapter, right? But it's a beautiful read on sticking with the Most High through the prophecies of adversity, division, and ultimately skinfolk and kinfolk, right? Hey, even kinfolk ain't on your side at times, man. Most definitely skinfolk ain't on your side. Start with this. Bring it up.
The book of Susanna, chapter 1, verse 1. There dwelt a man in Babylon called Joseph, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias, a very fair woman and one that feared the Lord.
What did she do?
One that feared the Lord. Her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses.
So if you want to be considered righteous, teach your children. If you want to have the fear of the Most High on you and a reputation like this woman, hey, do thus says the Lord. So shall no evil thing befall you. Read.
Now, Joseph was a great rich man.
Well, let's do this. Jump down to verse 5 for sake of time. Read.
Verse 5. The same year were appointed two of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of. Their wickedness came from Babylon, from ancient judges, who seemed to govern the people.
So just for context, there are these two elder brothers, right, who were gonna be around Joachim and his wife and tending things in their home. Okay, keep going.
These kept much at Joseph's house,
Yeah, read.
and all that had any suits in law came unto them.
Read.
Now, when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk.
When everybody, because everybody used to come to their house because her husband was very honorable in the land. He had a lot of money. He had a big estate, so a lot of people would come over there, right? And when they left, right, his wife loved to go in their garden. He had a nice garden, so his wife would go in the garden. But mind you, there's these two old farts that used to hang around, right? And let's read about this. Read.
And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her.
Now you two dang perverted ass Negroes know this sister Mary and know she's in her own garden and know that she's, what I'm saying, enjoying her own space. But you now put an eye upon this sister because the scriptures start off saying she was a fair what? A fair woman that feared the Most High God, meaning she was a beautiful woman of Israel. Read.
And they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven, nor remember nor remember just judgments.
Come, the water. So they turned their eye away from keeping the laws and commandments to continue in their perverted thoughts and lust towards watching his sister every day walk through her own home, even her own garden, man. It was a wicked, wicked account. And that's something that, I wanted to go here for the sake of understanding, even on the sister side, when these sisters go out into the world, they consistently get what by other brothers? They get hit on. They get catcalled or seduced. Go ahead.
This is when we was street teaching. It was just two of us and brother from what's brother name? Yako. Yep. We was wrapping up camp. There was a group of sisters. Granted, what they was wearing it was indecent. It kind of showed their body a little bit. However, these two eldermen, right? They was walking up and down Bill Street. Turn around and I see them. They're next to the restaurant while the pork, seafood boils, things of that nature. The sisters are trying to go inside the building. As the two elder brothers walked past, one of them had this little camera thing, right? He thought he was slick. I don't know why he had the boldness to do this in public, but he bent down and took a picture of the sisters' skirts. That was that. Yeah, yeah. You had to stop me because that was crazy. But that just goes to show a very perfect example. It kind of yeah. When you had brought this book out, I was like, why is this book sound familiar? I'm like, oh, okay, that's what happened. But
Real life examples.
yeah, real life examples. But that's all.
No, I mean, that's a beautiful account to bring out about how sick it's a sickness, right? And you had never seen nothing like that in like on public display. Like there was in the public, like this happened like, I mean, I've seen things, so I wasn't so, but it was still appalling to see. It was still like you gonna do that like right here. And so we're saying all of this to say, even you brothers who have wives and you have mothers or you have daughters or you have sisters, you're sending you're not gonna be around them your whole, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be around them. So your best bet is to do just like, and we're gonna find out why the scripture started off saying that her parents raised her up in the commandments. Because that's a very important thing. That's the only defense a brother has when he sends his wife or daughter, his ladies, right, mom. So like that's the only defense you have when you send out your loved ones in the world against the world. There's no better example than reading the book of Susanna to see why that's important, man. This is one of the most valuable books upon why sisters, right, should be shamefaced. But not only that, man, fearing the Most High and considering His ways over your ways or the world's ways, right? What verse are we on?
Wait for 10.
Verse 10. Finish it out.
And albeit they both were wounded with her love, yet first not one show another his grief.
Both of them brothers were definitely in love, sickly, what you call that Beyonce song, dangerously in love with this sister, and they neither one of them disclosed to each other how they truly felt about her. Right? Read.
For they were ashamed to declare their lusts that they desired to have to do with her.
Read.
Yet they watched diligently from day to day to see her.
And there's some sick Israel crap right there, man. Let's go to the book of Sirach. Let's go to the book of Sirach. All right. Let's get a precept on that. So that's some sick stuff right there. If y'all would agree, right? Let's go to Sirach chapter 9 and let's go to verse 8. They did not disclose their lust to one another, yet both of these dudes was pining away in their sin in their heart. Read this.
Book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 8. Turn away thy eye from beautiful women.
Say it again.
Turn away thy eye from beautiful women,
But what else?
and look not upon another's beauty.
And look not upon another's beauty, man. Leave that sister alone, read. Or leave that brother alone. Whatever the case may be, read.
For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
And then that love you had, that nasty, stinky love, was kindled as a fire. What does a fire do in the back? What does a fire do? Huh? It spreads, but I mean, what is it doing? What does a fire do? What does a fire do? What does a fire do? I heard somebody say it over here, but I'm waiting for the back. It burns. Is fire cold? What is fire? It's hot. Does fire freeze or does it burn things up? I think that's pretty simple. So if a fire is kindled because of your love, it's basically going into, hey, you can't contain it. And hey, and this thing, hey, if this not your wife, if it's not with your husband, you got to contain that thing, man. You got to put it out or be destroyed. Keep reading.
God. Verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thy heart incline to her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction.
And so through that wicked, nasty desire, you fall into destruction because you couldn't take your eyes off that sister that had nothing to do with you. You couldn't leave that brother alone that had nothing to do with you. Give me First Corinthians chapter 6, and let's start at verse 18. Right? Give me First Corinthians chapter 6, and let's start at verse 18 through the Spirit. Bring this up. Bring this up.
Look at 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own people, his own body.
When you commit fornication, you're causing yourself to be marked by the Most High because it's against your own body. Know ye not that your temple is a temple of the Most High? So we all have to answer for the wickedness that we propagate in this world, even that filthy, nasty fornication, right? Lusting after this man's wife, hanging out at her house and watching her do Lord knows what. Let's go back to Susanna chapter 1, right? And let's finish this out. I want to read some of this account through the Spirit, right? They were ashamed to declare their lust that they desired to have to do with her, right? Let's start at verse 12. Bring this up.
Verse 12. Yet they watched diligently from day to day to see her. And the one said to the other, let us now go home, for it is dinner time.
So both of them said, all right, we finna go on a dip. You finna go home? Yeah, yeah. You going home? Yeah, I'm going. They both walk off and they kind of looking back at each other. All right, you sure you going home? Yeah, yeah, I'm going home. You going home? Yeah, I'm going home, bro. I mean, that's literally what happened. Read this. Keep reading.
Verse 14. So when they were gone out, they parted the one from the other, and turning back again, they came to the same place.
I told you they was turning back. Make sure this brother gone. Each one of these brothers had the same devil on them. They walked far enough away to where they didn't see each other no more. And brothers said, nah, I'm finna go back. I just want to make sure he was gone. I'm going back. She had on my favorite outfit today. I'm going back. Read.
The cause they acknowledged their lust, then appointed they a time both together, when they might find her alone.
So when they came back, they ran into each other and was like, oh shit. Man. Oh, you feeling that too, huh? All right, man, let's just come back every day. Well, when he leave the house, all right, about 6 p.m. All right, we gonna figure this out. and they was perverted in their lust, man. Every day from that day forth, man. Right? And this is why we have to watch who we hang out with. But there was nobody around to rebuke them. There was nobody around to correct them. No kinfolk to say you going off. And that's the problem. Not all kinfolk you should be kicking it with anyway. They're not gonna correct you. They're gonna keep offering you that blunt. They're gonna keep trying to give you that pork. They're gonna keep trying to give you that nasty catfish. They're gonna keep talking about you know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep railing on each other. Why are you kicking it with them? They're burning in their lust, man. Right? What verse we at? Verse 15. All right, bring this up.
And it fell out as they watched a fit time. She went in as before with two maids only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. And there was no body there save the two elders that had hid themselves and washed her.
And that's trifling. That's perverted. You should, you know what I'm saying? Like you go to jail for all what they call them peeping toms, but you're literally in this person's domicile. You're in their home hiding amongst the damn oregano. You hiding behind the damn lemongrass, damn sunflowers. You hiding trying to see this sister. Read.
Then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors, that I may wash me.
So I guess they had like a area where she could bathe herself, like maybe a tub or something, water prepared, her own area. Like who wouldn't want their wives to have a garden and a shower and things of that nature in the midst of a garden? There was this one house, real quick, before I continue. This was years ago. It was this big house in Florida I went to, and it was a decent house. It used to be a drug lord house. So say the owners of the home. They got it for a prorate because of that. So when you walk into the house, there's these big like wooden white doors. You open up the doors, and as soon as you walk into the home, there's a bridge that goes all the way over to the living room area. But the bridge, it had all water beneath it and palm trees just in the home. Like it was an island in a sense, in the actual home was separated on the inside by this water island, you know, fantasy land looking thing. It was all just palm trees. Inside the home, and the top of it was like this netting mesh. But you walk across over to the bridge, and the whole house, you could see like this, each room, glass over here, the kitchen right here. It was all facing, surrounded around this thing. So I'm looking like, man, who thinks to live like this, man? And you can only know that this is, you know, a kingdom for people who rule in this land, who move in certain ways like this, man. But you have this sister in her own garden, similar to like these places, like they had a lot of money. Susanna's family, right? And you have these two decrepit ass elders, and what do they do? Read this.
Verse 18. And they did as she bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves, had commanded them. Oh, wait, so like, and went out themselves at private doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders, because they were hid. Now, when the maids were gone forth, the two elders rose up and ran into her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore, consent unto us, and lie with us.
You see that? They said we finna take her down together. And they tried to convince her, ain't nobody around. And they had this in their mind that she was some sort of freak, man. Say it again.
The original two man.
Is that suitable for live? Who is that?
Keep going.
Oh, that's what they call it. They call it two man. instead of oh Lord of Christ. See that? So yeah, they wanted to have a three-way stop, man. You know, again, this is trifling, is vile, is wicked, is off. Okay, but there's a point to us reading this. There is a point. Keep going.
Verse 20. Wait, I already did 20.
Yeah.
Verse 21. If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy maids from thee.
So they are basically blackmailing the sister. If you don't do this with us, we're gonna tell everybody that you had a young guy in here, and that's why you had the door shut. It wasn't actually bathe. You was trying to, step out on your husband. Read.
Then Susanna sighed and said, I am straitened on every side.
I'm in a rock in between a hard place. Read.
For if I do this thing, it is death unto me.
It is death unto me. She understood what adultery is because she feared who, brothers?
Most High.
She feared the Most High. Read.
And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands.
Read.
It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it,
And not what?
and not do it,
What does she say?
and not do it,
Read.
than to sin in the sight of the Lord.
That's what I'm looking for. Hey, we should all be looking to be like that. That was so courageous of her to do that, man. To understand the severity of what was going to happen and be like, you know what? Nah, y'all can say what y'all want to say about me. You can make up whatever lie you want to make up about me. But we're going to serve the Most High. We're going to keep our hands clean. We're going to move in the right spirit. That's a beautiful account, man, right? That's a beautiful account, man, right? And what did they do? Verse 28, when she said that. Go down to verse 28.
And it came to pass the next day, when the people were assembled to her husband Joseph, the two elders came also full of mischievous imagination against Susanna to put her to death.
Now, that's all we've been reading. Your kinfolk trying to put you to death. Your family, your friends, your fellow Israelites trying to jam you up. That's all we've been reading. Because just because they of your same people don't mean they your people either. Right? Let's get that in the classic, Romans chapter 9 and verse 6, before we get ready to wind down. Let's get that in the classic of Romans chapter 9 and verse 6, before we wind down. Let's get that in the book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 6. Bring this out.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 6. Not as though the word of God have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
In this verse, even though this verse was talking about those who want to be grafted in because they come from the seed of Abraham, right? This is talking about those who are of Isaac, right? Are the people versus those who are not of Isaac. That's what this is going into. But I'm going to double fold this precept of saying, hey, even some of your people who are Israel, they won't propagate themselves to be your people Israel. They secretly hate you. They'll hide you in the sand. They'll give you up to the military, and they'll cause division. Read.
It's like it. Verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
And that's why I was saying. So that scripture is basically going into the promise, right, is given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? But also it's not about because you came from the lineage of Abraham, okay? And it's not also because nowadays it's not even about you being of Jacob, because Jacob is going off right now. That's why we call him Jakes when we see him, because we see a lot of our people destroyed because they're not doing this. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 6 as we get ready to wind down through the spirit, man. All right, from the top. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 6 and let's start at the top. Bring this out.
Book of, book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in a land whither ye go to possess it, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, that thy days may be prolonged.
That your days may be prolonged. And that's what we were going into. We want your days to be prolonged in the Most High. Read.
Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee.
That may be what?
That it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily.
And this is what we're looking for. That it may be well with us to increase mightily in the spirit in the Most High, and not fall to these wicked, wicked things that happen. Right? Let's go back to the book of Susanna. Let's go back to the book of Susanna. Right? And then I want to get, let's see. Let's go to 61. Let's go to verse 61. All right, bring this out.
Look at the Samuel chapter 1, verse 61. And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness.
What happened?
Of false witness.
What do people do nowadays?
False witness.
False witness, read.
By their own mouth.
Their own mouth condemned them in the end. So stay with the Most High and keep the commandments. You don't have to fight how they fight. You don't have to fight dirty. You don't have to ammo for ammo, right? Hey, fear the Most High like this sister did. Fear the Most High like Moses did. Fear the Most High like Joseph did. These accounts of people being thrown against their own and around people who are likening themselves to other oppressors and they hate you. You just keep the Most High's commandment, man. And their own actions against God's chosen, those who fear the Lord, hey, it's gonna condemn them. Cain, hey, it's gonna condemn them. Y'all understand what's going on? Read.
And according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously like intended to do to their neighbor. And they put them to death.
What happened to the wicked?
And they put them to death.
What happened to the wicked?
And they put them to death. Thus the innocent blood was saved that day.
Thus the innocent blood was saved the same day. So Lord willing, you all understand and were edified. Like, right? Not all skinfolk is kinfolk. But your main objective is to keep the commandments, fear the Most High, right? And keep your hands clean. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up. Lord willing, you were edified through the Spirit. We're going to bid you all on this Spirit Check Sabbath, this Spirit Check Saturday.